Okay, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Greg Lewis. I am the marketing manager for MetaStock. You know MetaStock. We're purveyors of software and market data for active, self-directed traders just like you. And today's presenter is going to be our very own Bobby Hiller. I haven't seen Bobby Hiller yet come on online, but I'm sure he will. He's in Salt Lake. I'm down here in Southern Texas. Today, Bobby Hiller is going to be talking about the greatest thing ever, which is MetaStock 19. MetaStock 19 launched last week, and I have to say it's been met with great applause, if I can use that word. Great reviews. People love it. We love it. Everyone that's got it loves it. It's just a great version of MetaStock. It has new layouts, new workflows, new systems, new drawing tools. It's just easier and more efficient, and it just looks good too. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, if you haven't heard of MetaStock, I'm going to go ahead and play a video. Still not there. I'm going to go ahead and play a video right now for you. Okay, here you go.
Hi there, Greg Lewis, MetaStock Software. As the marketing director, I get asked all the time, what is MetaStock? How can I help my trades? Well, stick around for about 3 minutes and I'll tell you. MetaStock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 35 years. Simply put, MetaStock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. MetaStock helps you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategy should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of MetaStock are the power tools. The power tools give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders like you and me. You can scan the market with the MetaStock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The MetaStock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting, which allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. You can easily manage and monitor the securities you are interested in with Quote Center. Quote Center lets you sort on a variety of criteria to view the data that's important to you. Then just double-click on a security if you want to see its chart. With the MetaStock Forecaster, you can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, you're going to love MetaStock's OptionScope. OptionScope puts all the critical info at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, including the Greeks. And MetaStock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you will appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, MetaStock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. MetaStock has built-in systems based on popular strategies like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candlesticks, and many more. MetaStock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar Oscillator System, or simply known as the RMO. And as you become a more experienced trader, MetaStock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why MetaStock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about MetaStock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
All right, I am pleased to say that since we started this present broadcast, Bobby is now set up in the studio in Salt Lake, and he's raring to go. Thanks again for joining us. We will be starting with Bobby in about 4 minutes. In the meantime, I should mention that we have live and in-person seminars touring much of the United States and Canada. If you're a resident of the United States and Canada, go ahead and check us out at metastock.com/seminar. I personally will be visiting Vancouver and San Francisco this weekend. Our very own David Derricott will be going to San Francisco, Fort Lauderdale, and Georgia. And we have several people going out every weekend for the next several weeks. Go ahead and check it out. It is a great way to find out about MetaStock, also meet some like-minded traders in your community, and just a couple hours to hang out and talk about MetaStock 19 and show you what's new and what's great. Also, we have webinars like today's scheduled out for the next week or so. So if you want to check those out, go to metastock.com/webinar. Now, also, if you could like and subscribe, I always like pushing this button. Like and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. We're getting up to about 70,000 followers now on YouTube. And when you like, subscribe, and hit that bell, then you'll be notified when we have new live events like today. We usually have one a couple times a week. We have multi-day events about once a quarter, and we have all-day events about once a month. That's called the MetaStock Summit and the MetaStock Conferences. Right, we're going to get started here in about 2 minutes. I think I told you everything that I need to tell you. Just cross that out. Except, go ahead and participate today. We really appreciate it when people say hello. Speaking of people saying hello, you know, there's a lot of you here, but no one's saying hello. Just give us a shout out, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. And we do really encourage questions. Bobby's very reactive to questions. We simulcast on YouTube and GoToWebinar. You're watching this, if you're seeing me on YouTube. He monitors both of those chats. So if you have a question about anything at all that he's talking about, go ahead and ask it. And if you have comments, we welcome them. We welcome all conversation, in so long as it is respectful and nice. I think that's about all I need to tell you. Let's see. Got about 1:40. I'm just going to let you listen to some jazzy music here for a second while I set up things on this end. Thanks so much for joining us, and successful trading.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another session here with MetaStock. I'm Bobby Hillert. I'm going to be the host and presenter today, and I'm going to be covering the brand new release of MetaStock 19. I'm really excited to kind of share all of this with you guys today and kind of go over some of the things that we've been working on the last couple of years. If you have questions throughout today's session, don't hesitate to ask. I know we have people watching on YouTube as well as in the GoToWebinar room. I have both of the chats up over here, so happy to answer questions kind of as we go along. Pre-warning, I might have to direct you to somebody else if I don't know the answer, but I am pretty familiar with all the new features in 19 and pretty much everything throughout. So you guys are welcome to ask me, but if you want to get too technical, well, I might not be the best one for that. And I guess before I dive too deep into things and kind of along the same lines of that, I mean, I want to let you guys know that today's demonstration is designed just to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying software plugins, and it's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock and its employees shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any trading strategies, or information provided in connection with the company. And now that that's out of the way, yeah, we can kind of start to dive into some of the new features. I see we have Greg, you know, he's helping out in the studio in Texas. I'm here in Salt Lake City, Utah. He put a survey onto YouTube and things like that. And yeah, I am kind of curious to know how many of you also in like GoToWebinar that maybe haven't answered the survey, how many of you are using MetaStock 19? How many of you guys have version 18, or what about older than that? If you wanted to just like put into the chat which version you have and say hello, say that you can hear me, that would be great. Happy to do some interaction with you all. And then also though, while I'm waiting for you guys to kind of put that in, I mean, in any case, today's demo is about 19. It is about covering the new features here, but I know sometimes there's things to like point on too that might be different from 17 to 18 as well, or things of that nature. So it's just kind of nice to interact and know what you are all using. But with that said, I'm going to start jumping into some of these new features here. So MetaStock 19, one of the biggest things that we did is put in new and improved charting workflows and new and improved layout workflows. I think you guys are absolutely going to love it. And I'll definitely be showing you pretty much everything inside of MetaStock too. The slideshow kind of just helps me make sure I don't forget everything because there's so much stuff going into here. When it's literally pages long worth of new and improved features that we've added into 19, and we joked about doing like, you know, the Star Wars lettering coming through on the presentation just because it's line after line after line. I'm going to try to not make it so boring as to having to read everything, though. I want to show you guys a lot of everything that's going on. And then we've also, alongside the release of 19, we've released some new training videos too. So for some of the things, especially some of the more complex new features or tools or trading systems, specifically like Ichimoku and ETS, we have some other videos that are available on those specifically if you want to jump through and go through our YouTube channel after watching today's presentation. All right, so, whoops, kicking things over here. Let's go ahead and jump, into some of these features here. I'm going to go ahead and just tab over into my MetaStock. You'll see right away that it's kind of a new look in here. There's a whole brand new container for MetaStock, so just like an updated interface and everything. You might remember back in version 18, we released a bunch of themes for your charts. Well, that kind of made a lot of people start to ask, well, hey, what if I want a theme for all of MetaStock, if you maybe like the light mode or the dark mode? So now, if you come up right here into theme, we have a MetaStock dark as well as a MetaStock light option available, and you can change that. Currently, I have it as dark. I believe it's set to match whatever your Windows theme is at. So if you have one of those types of themes applied to just your standard Windows setting, that's how it'll be for MetaStock. Because that's changing everything, including the full container, it would close MetaStock and open it back up. But I'll just be keeping it on dark mode for today's presentation. Let me see here. Get my notes pulled up so I'm not skipping over things. And all right, so let's go ahead and check out some of these new and improved charting workflows and layouts and everything. So I'm going to come into the Power Console just as I had before, or as I've used in the past. And I'm actually going to do my demonstration a little bit differently today. So hopefully hopefully no one gets too frustrated, but I actually kind of like the look of this, especially when kind of showing how things look inside of MetaStock. It helped me out. Instead of opening up all standard symbols, I'm just going to come in here and open up a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These charts don't actually exist per se, but just to give you guys a quick demonstration of how some of the charts look and lay out within here, I kind of like the visual demonstration of this. And of course, we'll open up regular charts here in just a moment as well to kind of show you guys how that all works. I will also say this is my broadcasting computer. I have YouTube, GoToWebinar, and everything on here. So it's slightly slower than when I'm not doing 700 things at once, but you'll find that everything works pretty quickly and smoothly inside of the software. All right, so I have this open now, and you'll see I just have all these tabs up here with all of my charts. Well, we've updated kind of how you can have these, oops, I'm gonna just close that down, how you can have these displayed and how they're kind of laying out. So you guys are, I'm sure, familiar with like the auto tile feature where you can come in here and auto tile, and then it kind of lays your charts out. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. We've added some new options with this. So there's the other, some that you've seen before, and we have now a tile 1. And if I come into this, tile 1 focuses on longer columns instead of longer rows. And as you can see, it lays out my charts 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to type in 6, but then we have 5, 7, 8, 9 down here. There's also another option for tiling them to focus on the rows instead of columns. So this way you can see it kind of lays them out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But that's not it. We didn't just make it so that you can change things around inside of this container here. What you can also do now is go in between multiple different layouts. And so what you'll see up here is this is just kind of my main window. That's why it says main here. But I can also go in and then kind of set up a whole new layout and a whole new instance of MetaStock. So to do that, I'm going to actually, we'll just come up here and go into File, New Layout. I also could have just hit the plus right over here to create a new layout as well. So now you'll see I have basically a whole nother window of MetaStock open. And sorry, for some reason, everything on my other monitor closed down, and I thought I might have lost you guys, but it looks like it just minimized. Okay, so here's my other instance of MetaStock here. And so what I'm going to do is same as before. I would like come into the Power Console. Okay. Oops, I accidentally had 643 charts selected in there. I'm just going to come in here. Let's open up some like cars, some like auto. So let's go ahead and do Tesla, Ford, GMC. And let's go ahead and hit enter, and I'm going to open those up. And you'll see this now says layout 2 right here. And here opens up Tesla, and there's Ford, and GMC is open here now. And now maybe I want to have this view a little bit different. Let's go ahead and full size this actually. And let's just auto tile them here. Oh, and I forgot to put the ending on GMC, I typed in that symbol wrong. We'll go ahead and just close that one. So now what I have here is a whole new layer instance of MetaStock. You can see if I kind of move this down, I still have my original main window as it's called. And here I have layout 2. I can change the name of this though. I could come in here and go File, Save As. And you can see it's just saved as a layout. And I could call this my, auto layout or something of that nature, and then save it. And then it's actually going to save all these specific charts inside of this layout. So let's do that. Auto layout web for the webinar. I'm going to hit save. You'll see it says that right here now. And now there's something else I can also do. If I'm in here, say I come into the main, I just close that down and I want to open it back up. Now, because it's saved as a layout with those in there, I can just come and boom, open up my auto layout here. You'll notice that there were some others inside of there as well. From my previous presentations and previous things that you might want to utilize this for. If I make any changes to it, I can save it. I'll go ahead and say, sure, yes. Like another really popular one to use is like an indices layout. So if you want to see all the different indices and kind of what's going on with that and just have them saved easily, you can do that. So I do see there's a question. Someone asked, which version is better, download or web access, ease of use and integration with add-ons, etc. So for MetaStock, MetaStock is only available for download on your computer right now. It doesn't have the web access. For our real-time users that also have MetaStock Zenith, the like LSEG's icon platform, that does have web access as well as the downloaded version, but we still always just recommend the downloaded version. And as far as add-ons and things and integration, yeah, you'll want to use just a MetaStock, the downloaded version for that. That's what works best. But again, so here's that other layout here, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of auto tile this so you can have like the DIA, the SPY, the QQQ, all kind of available inside of their layout. And it's really easy to jump in between them by just going into your different layouts here. Or if I go down to the bottom of my screen and I just hover over MetaStock here, you can see I can go and select my main window, or I can go to the indices tab. And one of my favorite things is we can put this on multiple monitors. So you can have, you know, multiple timelines and different indices and etc. on this monitor, and then over on another monitor you can have, you know, your specific charts and things like that that you might be looking for. So a whole new update to the entire container. You can now utilize multiple monitors. It's really easy to jump through different layouts and things of that nature. And as you can see, they're kind of laid out here. There's several ways to access them. So the platform is just far more intuitive and easier to use now. So absolutely love that feature. Let me keep going. I'm going to come back and reference the PowerPoint here so I don't forget to show you guys anything. I think I actually need to kind of click through these. So here's with that theme support. So I'm in the dark mode currently. Here's a good example of the light mode as well. So with the charting workflow, so yeah, it does work very much so like a browser now. There's also options for pinning and ways of placing the charts onto your screen that works pretty incredibly, honestly. Let's go ahead and jump back in and check out some of those features. So one thing we can do here too with my chart, so if I just grab the title bar here and I grab it, you can see I can kind of pull it outside. Oh, this is actually within an indice, not the main page. Let me go back to my main. And you know what, honestly, I should probably open up some real charts here. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the tiling option with the numbers. It makes it easier to kind of see where they're all going. So let's go ahead and close all. And let's open up another chart here. I'm just going to do Ford because it's a single letter and comes to mind often. So we have Ford opened up here. And so let me actually open one more to do the examples that I'm wanting. I'll just open Tesla. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I use the same examples, not .com. It's LA.O. Sorry, guys. Just a moment here.
Hey, Bobby, would you like some single letter symbols?
More single letters? Yeah.
There's T, F, K, G, X.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm just having a quick blank on that, but yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so here I've got a couple of charts. We have Ford open, we have Tesla open, and so now you actually have options for where you're putting these on the screen in your layout. Let's do this here. Oh, where's this window? Okay, there we go. Oh, I have the auto tile on. That's why. Sorry, guys. The software is new to me too sometimes, so I was forgetting what exactly I was wanting to do, and I was already kind of auto tiled there, so it kept wanting to put them back automatically. Now that that's out of the way, all right. So let me go ahead and show you guys if I was to put these into like a cascade. can just grab, I can grab them and kind of move them around and pull them onto another screen as well inside of the different layouts. And you'll notice when I'm in a specific layout, it does have the indices listed right here. And okay, here we go. So I have this indices layout here. I can also like drop them onto the side of the screen and kind of just have them displayed like this. You can also do the same thing kind of within MetaStock itself. Show you a good example of that here by opening this up. And well, actually, we'll get to that a little bit later. I know that it's in my slide. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me see here, because that's going to get me confused with how many things I have to go through here. All right, so you can float charts outside of the container. I kind of showed you that, how you can move them onto different rooms. There's the new sorting options that I showed you guys. So several different classic tile modes for that. There's also new icons to identify the type of chart being viewed. So whether it's a smart chart, like you can see right here, or if you have just like a standard chart, or if it's within like a layout or things of that nature, it'll show all of that there. You can also, pin and tile your charts and things of that nature as well. So let me come back into here. Layout workflows. Okay, so I showed you guys how to kind of jump through the main page and into the different layouts. And then, it's as easy as dragging and dropping it onto another screen. Saving and creating the layouts is also very easy. Oops. So as I mentioned, you can kind of just come in here and find the existing ones here, or just hit the plus to create a new one, and then use this to jump between them, as well as coming down here to scroll through them. All right, so also another really cool option to utilize is the multi-time frame, and I want to show that to you guys as well, and then we'll move on from the kind of layouts and things of that nature. So I'm going to come inside of here, and let's say, so we'll just open up a few charts on different time frames. So let's do, well, first let's create a new layout, because why not? And now we're going to open one of forward on a daily. And then we'll open another forward on a weekly. Let's open that. And let's open one more here. On the monthly. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and full screen this. Okay, so let's say maybe I wanted these in columns. And now you can see up here at the top, right here. Oops. Maybe I didn't save that how I intended. Let's change this to the weekly and the monthly. There we go. Okay, so now I have the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And what I could do now is come in and do File, Save As. And instead of saving it as a layout, I'm going to save it as a layout template. So now it's going to be an actual template. So if I wanted to open up a different security in a similar fashion, it'll allow me to do that. So we'll do, oops, I accidentally have caps lock on. But I'm going to actually leave it on so that I know this is the one that I'm using. Multi-time. Now I'll turn caps lock off so I don't do that again. And now if I wanted to go in and open up a chart, so I'm going to come here. All these templates, I've been applying a template, so that was my bad there. And I was using the template's periodicity. That's why those all opened up in daily. So this time, okay, we'll open up something else. So Tesla, and I'm going to come here, and for template, I could actually just come in and click Browse, and I'm just going to type multi. We'll let this load. Oops, what was that? Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and close this other program down. And I'm pressing the wrong button. Sorry, this keyboard's a little bit different than mine, so I keep pressing Windows with my thumb instead of the Alt key. All right, come back into MetaStock here. And we're looking for my multi-chart template, which I actually don't remember where I saved that at specifically. So let's just come in here. And there's my multi-time. I can just, and you'll notice this is new too. I can just start typing in inside of here, and then it's going to find and match the template. You don't have to go into the browse. That was in a different folder. So, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and open up this chart of Tesla. Give this just a moment to load. All right, and you'll see this opened up a new layout for me. So I still have the other one open. So this one's called layout 4, and it's using that template. So now I have Tesla on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. And it was really simple to do. And I have it now here in my own layout. And so you can do that with all sorts of different time frames. You can do that with multiple securities and multiple time frames, things of that nature. Just makes your workflow so much better. It's so much easier to get the information you want at a glance, to save it kind of all. And then now when you close everything down and then open MetaStock back up, so if I was to have this set up on my multiple monitors and everything, and I just close down the software, I come and open it back up, everything's going to open right back up how I had it. So absolutely love it. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep chugging along here. I think we got all of that. So the restore workspace, that's kind of what I just mentioned. You can have everything closed down while it was all open on specific monitors, and then it's going to open back up and be exactly where you were. You now have easier indicator searching, and this is kind of a theme throughout the entire thing. So the indicator quick list now contains incremental search. So instead of just going alphabetically, you could type in and it'll find anything starting with or anything that contains that. Also, the search results are all now fully alphabetical. Previously, we had an alphabetical list, and then if you added custom indicators, those started below that, and then those were alphabetical again. So it was like 2 sets, kind of, is how it worked. And now it's just all more intuitive, I would say, being fully alphabetical and easier searching functions. You saw me use it. I'll show you guys kind of some other examples because it's not just in the indicator. So if I wanted to gotta delete the old. If I type in MACD, it shows starting with, but also things that just have MACD like in the middle. So if the TTT MACD oscillator. And you'll notice that theme kind of throughout MetaStock too. When you're inside of any of the search boxes now, they're a lot smarter. A new indicator editor. So I actually really like this. If you do like to create your own indicators and things of that nature, you'll now see that there's color coding on things for the different syntax. So you know, whether you're looking at the close or the open, etc., that's going to be color coded. You can see the C is now blue. It's also numbered now. So line 1 will have a 1 and then a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 instead of just being a full list of things. Also, if you ever run into an error or something, if you type something wrong, now you'll get an error message that tells you where the issue is in the code. So it's really easy to just go back in and make any corrections to your custom formulas and indicators and things of that nature. Toolbar changes. So we did introduce quite a few different toolbar changes. We added the ability to use large and regular size icons. So you can see right here how these just got a whole lot bigger. When you edit them, it'll pop up again here. And you just go into the toolbar options or customization and options, and it allows you to do that. So if you're working on a tablet or something like a Windows tablet, or if you have a touch screen laptop and you just want like bigger toolbar, that can be really useful. Or if your eyesight's gone out, I mean, heck, that's a good reason as well. Expert advisor search. So we added the search box for filtering your explorations and attaching like your different experts and things of that nature. So again, you could type it in and it'll have things that starts with as well as things that contain, etc. Just far more intuitive on the entire interface throughout the whole software. It's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to make your analysis just so much easier. All right, we've been in the PowerPoint for quite a while, so I definitely want to jump back inside of MetaStock and show you one of my new favorite features with the commentary here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually close down some of these additional layouts. So we have less going on here. No, we'll close those. Okay, and now let's just open up MetaStock here. All right, so if I wanted to attach some expert commentary, I'm going to just go ahead and right-click here, go to the expert commentary. We'll attach, let's do like MACD here. I just typed that in. Oops. And it should be filtering this down, but it's going a little bit slow for me. There we go. We'll go ahead and attach that. And now that was just the expert. So I'm also going to make sure I have my commentary turned on. Okay, so here's my commentary window. Now, previously this would open up and it would often kind of just dock itself and had a little bit of a mind of its own, I feel like. But now it's much smarter. Let's actually make this bigger, the one that I attached my expert to. So now you'll notice, and this happens with your charts too, when you're wanting, or sorry, your layouts, if you're wanting to move layouts around to different sides, I can come here in the middle and select where I want to drop this. So if I just wanted to drop it onto the left-hand side, I do that. And now it's over here and it's attached to my charts here. So if I come and pull this out, so my computer is being a little slow today. I did one other demonstration before and I wasn't having any issues, so I don't know why it's being a little slow on me today. Well, because I'm presenting, I'm not sure. But it's not going to stop us from getting through this. It's not painfully slow, it's just slower. So now I have this window over here, but there's some other really cool things I can do with this. So if I come in here and right click on this, I can do the auto hide. And when I do that, so now you'll see it says commentary window here. And if I come and just hover over it, it pops the commentary window back out. And then if I come back over here and click, it'll close it down. So I can go back in and do my charting analysis. I could also just come and click and drag. And then it brings it back out and I can put it where I want it, top, bottom, left, right. You'll also notice, so it has a big sidebar here to just attach it to the side so it always stays, or a little one right next to that. And if I hover over that and let go, it puts it into that hidden mode. So really, absolutely love that. To go alongside with that, we also updated our data window. So I'm going to come click up here, open up the data window, and you'll see I can do the same thing. So I can put the data window like up at the top if I wanted. We'll show you that example. And then it's just up there while I'm doing my charting down here. I think I definitely prefer it on the left-hand side. So we'll grab it and we'll come and drop it over here. And if I want to have it always open, again, I choose the bigger window. And now it'll just always be open. Or if I would have dragged and dropped it onto that little smaller one to the left, it would have gone hidden. I can also do auto hide here. And now you'll see, okay, so I have the commentary window here if I hover over it, and the data window here if I hover over it. It'll pop it up and then I can move around and go to different days and things, etc. So really cool features there, just kind of with the whole updated interface that we've added. You can also have that per layout. So you can have like multiple layouts open with the commentary window attached wherever you would like, but you could have multiple expert advisors going on at once now, which is not something you could have previously. So you can attach them individually to several different layouts and have several different layouts open at a time. So really wonderful there. And here's the data window enhancements, kind of the same thing. And you can see too, you could have like the commentary here with like multiple charts open and then click between the charts. And the data window and commentary can apply to the different ones that you're clicking, etc. So Quote Center and Option Scope, they both got some nice, beautiful little updates as well. So both of them will now utilize the theming. So if you use the dark theme or the light theme, you're going to have that with Quote Center and inside of Option Scope too. So container, again, continues to be improved on everywhere. You have this new accordion or flyout control to access settings. So when you're inside of the Quote Center, you can see just clicking on these arrows here, and it you get a little bit more information from them. So I can click the down arrow and then it shows everything that was below that, or the side arrow and it'll open out what's to the side, or close what's to the side is kind of what you're seeing going on right here. So really great, and that's inside of both of Quote Center and inside of Option Scope. There's also an improved gainers and losers tab inside of the Quote Center, as you'll see right there. You can see it's been updated a bit. Power Console update. All right, so we improved visuals for readability. The new arrows designations for the expansion and contractions of lists, those are kind of the arrows I was actually just talking about. That you click the right arrow, it opens it up to the right. The left arrow is going to close it down for you. Search functionality is also brought to focus. So let's actually show you an example of that. So when you come inside of here and say I'm in the Explorer. All right, so to search for explorations, this is loading for me. I'm not sure what they had selected here previously. Sorry, I was just reading this. There's like 1,000 securities here, but the search explorations has been dropped down here. It used to be like right up here, and so not everyone really knew that they could just go in and start searching in there. So it's now been brought to here, makes it easier. We also added the arrows on the Explorer here as well. So you have not just the you have the side arrows, which will open it up to the side, and then etc. So that's kind of added all throughout the platform, just kind of updating everything inside of here. All right, let's see what else I have here. No, let's go ahead and close that. The cursor now defaults to open instrument box. So you know, earlier when I was opening up charts, I'd open up the Power Console, immediately type a letter and hit open. So before you'd open the Power Console, you'd have to go click inside the instrument list and then start typing, and then you could hit enter or open, etc. So even just that small thing ends up saving you, a couple of minutes if you're opening up tons of different charts individually or things of that nature throughout your workflow there. All right, what else do we have here? So custom toolbar. So it's easier to follow the interface for adding those custom toolbars. You can also kind of create your own new and improved icons for the custom toolbar. So let's show you that. I know that I actually have kind of skipped over some of the toolbar settings before too. So you'll see here, let's just take let's open up a single chart here and make it a little bit bigger. So if I wanted to come here and if I hover over this, it tells me, okay, this is the clean template. So if I click that, it's going to update forward to a clean template for me here. So I had multiple open here. This is the one that I made clean, and you'll see. So you can come in though and customize these. If I come, click customize. Well, this is for customizing the toolbar, sorry. So I can say which like tools and things that I want to show up on here. They have different commands and options for these. This is where I can go in and make the tools larger or smaller, just to kind of show you guys that. You can also come here to show screen tips on toolbars and show shortcut keys on the screen tips, etc. So I'll go ahead and close that, and then I'm just gonna show you an example. So I hover over this and it lets me know, hey, this is the system tester. I could also just hit Control-T to open up the system tester. That's what that option's for. So if I actually come back over here and do custom toolbar properties, now you can see this is my custom toolbar. We added these new images here. You can kind of see what they are. Here's one that I actually created as an example. I'll show you guys actually how I did that. So if I just come right here, you'll see we updated and put icons kind of on the side here. And again, you can see it tells you what it does. It tells you the shortcut, excuse me, to open that. But if I wanted to create a new one here, there's lots of different, what are these icons here that you can utilize? So, what's a great idea? I know, to create a shortcut item to go to your broker. And again, this is just to open up like a web page. We're not actually really broker affiliated, but we'll say, oh, make sure I'm doing this right. Just a free one that comes to mind, robinhood.com, screen tip, broker 2. light bulb. Okay, okay. So you'll see that just put a light bulb here that I created. And if I click this, it opens up Robinhood.com, my broker, or a broker, I should say, not mine. I utilize several different trading platforms, but all the analysis is inside of MetaStock. So not only are these limited to like applying themes to your charts, you can also put a link to a web page here too, or maybe, well, I would say metastock.com, but you can also just come up to help here and go to MetaStock on the web and get help from MetaStock that way. But real cool. So you can put your own custom templates here, your multi-time frame templates, etc. So it can be really easy to kind of just jump around and change things or change your charts or open up a very specific layout or something of that nature that you want. So really cool option there. Oh, I went back to MetaStock. Okay, let's see what else. I know there's a lot to go through, so I'm trying to make sure I'm making some decent time here. I want to keep this within the hour. View open window. So there's new ways to kind of look at the different open windows and everything inside of MetaStock. Let me get this opened up. And come into here. So when I have, let's also open another layout. Giving this just a second to load. All right, so I could come here and I could go to Windows and I can go View Open Windows, and then it's gonna open up the different windows I have here, and I can hit like the down arrow, and it, as you can see, it actually kind of shows me a description. So I'm actually in the main charts. These are what's in there. You'll see it's showing I'm pointing at my monitor. You'll see it's showing a description of what's going on in there. You can also just come through and hold down Control and Tab, and then hit Tab while you're still hitting Control, and it's going to go through and look at the different charts that you have open here. Then you can let go, and it's going to attach you to that one. So if you had a lot of different charts open and you weren't quite sure where one was, that's an easy way to do it. I'm just going to come in here and change this and show you. So it's just showing like a preview of the screen of what's on there. It's not meant to really show the entire chart or etc. But that's a really cool new feature that I like. So sorting in the Explorer. So there's new up and down arrows in the columns to show you which column is being sorted or ranked. You could still kind of sort previously, but you couldn't. It was sometimes hard to know how it was being ranked. There's also new tool icons replacing the text in there, saving you a lot of space, as you see right here, and improved search box location for searching for your scans, and the ability to sort in the Explorer and have the previous or next security remember sort order from Explorer. So I realized said that quickly, and that might have sounded confusing, so let's check it out. Let's open up my main MetaStock here. Let's go in the Power Console. We're in the Explorer here. So let's just say a 5-day high volume. I'm gonna run a scan for you guys very quickly just to see a good example. Whatever this last exploration was, I had 45. That sounds fine to me. Do a start exploration. Oh, I actually have 2 scans selected there. Yeah, so I had another scan selected, so it might just take a minute or 2 here to scan through 542 instruments. Yes, I did have multiple selected. Yep, 679, you were right. My bad, but that's okay. It just means we'll have more results to sort through. I'll show you guys. It's actually really cool, and I really like this feature that's coming through. We only need 1 of the scans to finish because it is doing 2 of them. So here we go. This was actually the CPS3 top ranked scan. And you'll see if I come here now, and if I wanted to sort by the doji best friend, the ones with a 1 in it have the doji, so I can sort that way. There's also, like if I wanted to sort by volume, so the highest volume here, and you can see this arrow says, hey, we're sorting by this, ascending or descending, etc. And now there's also something really cool that I like to point out to people. So let's just take a look at this. So we'll see Ericsson ADR and then Kinder Morgan and Comcast. Ericsson, Kinder Morgan, Comcast. I guess we could actually also just look at the symbol Eric, KMI, and CMCSA. Now, if I just double click on this very first option here, it's going to open up a chart of that. I'm going to open, I'm going to make this big. And it's opening up the, oh, sorry, this is actually the wrong one. Here's Eric. You'll see this is opening the multi-time frame because that's what I set it as last. So it has that daily, weekly, monthly is what I have the power console set to. You guys remember that. So the chart, my multi-time typed with caps lock is showing up here, but that's still fine. So we'll show you. So maybe that's how I wanted it. I wanted to open up a multi-time frame of this first security. So I'm going to click back over here. And my MetaStock's just being a little slow today. I think it's maybe been all the presentations we've been doing on here. We probably should have just done a restart of the computer because it's the computer being slow, not just MetaStock, I should point out. All right, let me tab into the page I wanted to be on. All right, or maybe it's just keeping the loading section on here. So I'm gonna click this next arrow and you'll see, and I was just selected onto this chart when I did it, but it's now KMI. And I can click the next arrow and it's now Comcast. And if I click the next arrow, so from that list of hundreds of results, so if you had like an exploration and you're like, hey, these are all the charts I want to look at after you've done your final exploration for the day, just open up the first one, then come in here and click the next arrow and it's going to open up the next one in that chart sequence for you. So really cool feature there. And all right, let's see what else we've got going on. Other improved features. So we added new most recently used. So you can go into File, Recent File, and it'll show the recent charts and layouts that you've been looking at. So it's really easy to jump between not just charts, but also different layouts. There's a down arrow next to the File menu, which will show your recent charts and layouts too, as well as that's been added into the tab charts. And in the main container, you can see what's open and all the recent layouts as well up at the top right. Custom list editor. So it's been improved to allow easier pasting into the custom list dialog. And there's the buttons on the right-hand side with easy to read icons now. You'll notice that throughout the entire container, easier to read icons kind of going in throughout. And I don't know why my other window over here keeps closing down. I'm actually, my YouTube closed down. Is everything still good on YouTube, Greg? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so you don't have to have YouTube going on your machine in order for it to work here. So if you'd like to just keep that off, I can monitor any questions you have. And right now you have a very attentive audience, but they're not asking questions just yet.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Greg. I just wanted to make sure. I think, yeah, this computer just needs a nice restart because it's being a little wonky on me. All right, so back into the slideshow here. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a nuke going off in the background I wasn't aware of. Our broadcasting. So most recently used, we have the custom list editor. Let me actually make this full screen again. And we also added a couple of new chart themes too. So with MetaStock 18, we added a bunch, but now there's even more and the themes can match other themes more uniquely. I really am enjoying the new themes, that's for certain. Volume by price. All right, this is one of my favorite new indicators and one of my favorite new tools that we've added. So we now have the volume by price, which you can see right here. Basically what it's doing is everything in this height range from the top here and the bottom here, everything that's been in that price amount, so it also includes over to here, it's showing you whether it was positive volume or, oops, I clicked, positive volume or negative volume coming through for that. And so some of these slides will kind of help show you what I'm talking about. So this is used to see the buying and selling interest at different price points. And it'll let you know the volume at those specific price levels, as well as kind of the negative and positive volume at those different price levels. And the way that we calculate the volume by price on here is by utilizing the close to close. So this will work on a daily chart, a weekly chart, etc., because it's utilizing the close to close value to determine if a bar is negative or positive volume. That's how it's calculated. So you'll see the green section is positive volume, the red section is the negative volume based off of that close to close. When you're in here, you can select how many zones are showing, so how many bars you have at those different heights. And so in this example, there's 12 of them, and the price zone for each bar is going, you can set what that is. And in this example, it's 228 to 241.19 is the price range. And then each zone is going to have a similar range. The range will always be the same, but it's going to be different price zones using that range. And if you hover over it, yeah, it'll tell you, hey, this much is positive volume, this much is negative volume, this is your total volume. So other things you can utilize it for is to know, okay, up here at the top, so at this higher price point, this has the lowest total volume, but it's been mostly positive versus negative pressure. And you'll see at this price zone here, so if we were to like put a line all the way across the chart, it's also including this and this here. But this is the most volume has happened in this price range here. You can use this with other indicators as like confirmation. You can use it as targets, a target for price based on zone levels, like the return to mean basically. You can also use it as a standalone to see where the most volume is. And you can add additional zones or remove zones based on your preference. You can also select a specific look back period on it as well. So if you only want to look at the last 5 years of volume instead of 10 or 20, etc., you can do that as well. And let's go ahead and jump into MetaStock here and come up here. I'm just going to type, oops. Volume, if I can spell, and we see we have the volume by price right here. That on, I don't know why I'm getting this loading bar, so I'm going to click that, and so I can select here when I drop it. If I want to have 12 or more price zones, etc., I can also customize the color as well as the transparency of that as well. So if you want to be able to see through it a little bit easier or a little less, etc., you can do that. I'll hit OK, and you'll see that's how it's been applied. If I was to make this chart bigger and zoom out, you're going to see more of the price zones. So as I start to make the price range higher over here on the right, it's going to display more of the zones that are correlating because it's attached to this y-axis here. And then, yep, if I just hover over them, that tells you what they're doing there. I'm going to see if I can change my cursor menu here. Do I want that? I shouldn't be playing here, so, oh, okay, I guess we actually don't need the highlighter. We'll just go with this spotlight for now, okay? And, oops, come back here. I actually don't know how to remove that highlighter. Erase, there we go. Okay, range bar candles. So we've also added in these range bar candle that can utilize average true range, or you can also set it up by point. And so range bars are kind of unique here. Let me click next. Oh, maybe I can't do it when I'm drawing. So let me turn that off. All right. So range bar candles, every range bar in a chart is the same height. So the distance between the high and the low is the same for every bar. So that means the unit of time, like hour, days, or weeks, it doesn't really matter because it's using a range instead of a date. A slow market could take several days to complete a single range bar, and a fast one could make several bars in a single day. Range bars only use the close of the underlying data. So here's some examples of utilizing it. You can see the range size is set here, and the range size using this average true range here is set to 8.13. So every single bar is going to have an 8.13. This one, you could set it to say just be 5. And now every single one of these range bars is just going to be 5. And to kind of show you guys that, if I come in here and let's just do a clean chart template. So I clicked on the 1. We'll open this up. I'm going to double click on one of these lines here, and price style, we have bars, and I can come in and do a range bar or a range candle. Either way, you can set how you want all of this to be applied. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, and now you'll notice every single one of these bars is the same height because it's the same amount of range. If I hover over, the range is 0.156079, etc. So that's pretty cool there. Another thing that this is one of my favorite features actually, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just auto tile this so that we get those other charts showing too. My new favorite feature, oh, that's option scope, is right here. It's global cursor. So you'll see I have the cursor here, and as I move it around, it's also applying the cursor to other charts. If I have multiple layouts open with multiple different kind of like layouts and templates and windows on multiple monitors, this cursor is going to show up on all of them. So you'll see as I move it around, this one's so zoomed in here that it's harder to see it when I'm in certain zones, but let's like make this bigger. So the global cursor, guys, I absolutely love it. It can help you kind of identify different support and resistance levels if you want to compare pricing on you know, a specific security to like different indices and things of that nature, or different sectors that you have open on another layout or template. You have the global cursor, and it's just one of my favorite new tools that's now inside of MetaStock. So absolutely love it. Highly recommend check it out. It'll work across, multiple time frames, all open charts, all layouts. You can turn it off if you don't like it. If you just want to have it on one of them, you can totally do that. Here's another example here. Again, my favorite kind of new little tool there. The watermark, you've probably noticed this throughout. So this is new too. You can see the name and the symbol of a security on your chart. So like this one shows Tesla in the background. You'll see at the start, I kind of did that with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 when I was showing you how you can tile them kind of differently around. But you can turn that off if for some reason you don't like it. I like it for presenting because then it's easier for you guys to see what I'm looking at. Other chart features, learn as you plot. So you can move the chart back and forth one plot at a time with control plus arrow. So you can move backwards or forwards. So if you're kind of trying to do some analysis, let's open this up. Let's move this back. And then you can just control arrow one bar at a time. What's the best way to explain this? One section at a time. So you could basically pretend, okay, if I got this sell signal here, tell yourself, okay, how would I handle that? What would I do? And then you can start control tabbing over just one point at a time like this. And then kind of identify, okay, oh, you're starting to see some like cross points and things here. What would you maybe do with that trade? And then now you can see we have these other indicators coming in. It's just something people have asked for. If you're wanting to kind of try to test things out, do some paper trading, see how you might have performed once this bobble happened, and then just show yourself one bar at a time. Like, okay, how would I have reacted and see? So that's the plot as you go. I can tell I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. I forgot to bring some water in here. But we're almost through it, guys. There's actually still a lot more, but I'm going to summarize some of it for you guys. So we have to learn as you plot. greater precision on the odds probability cone. So if you like the odds probability that we released in 18 now, you can add more precision. It can be more accurate at a higher decimal point. You can have more sections on there. Transparency will remain set when toggling between colors. So that's a nice little improvement some people asked for. You can mirror the y-axis for improved access visibility. So you can have it on both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. I also really like that if I'm using like the volume by price. It's nice to have the price actually showing on both sides of my chart. You can change the font and the font size on the X and the Y axis. So lots of little improvements to both the X and Y. Text editor, improve the text editor dialog box. It's easier to kind of go in and review and edit the text on your chart. Let's check out some of those features here. Let me close down that exploration. We don't need that anymore. Let's come in here. Let's make this bigger. Where are all my drawing tools at? I played around with the custom toolbar settings on my MetaStock. So now when I'm demonstrating in here, I kind of forget where all the drawing tools are specifically placed because I customized mine to be how I like it. I actually kind of lost my train of thought of where I was going, so I'm going to show you guys this other new cool feature. We also added some new drawing tools here. For one, you can measure point with a specific tool here for measuring that, measuring tool, and the measure tool percent. I saw these right here too, and so I wanted to make sure I showed them because on my MetaStock, I have them in a different location. And so while I saw them, I was like, let's check it out. And you might be saying, hey, I could do that with my trend lines in a previous version of MetaStock. Well, some people hadn't really realized that that option was in there because we do just have a regular trend line that you can come and draw, and then you can customize this. Do you want to show performance info on it, points on it? Do you want to add a left arrow and a right arrow, etc.? So you can do that, and then that's just on all of your different ones, but then you have to come in and change it again if you want a different setting. Well, now you just have a tool right here, a measuring tool for percent, a measuring tool for points, and it's really easy. Click, put it where you want it. You can have these automatically attached to like the price or the date, or you can have it free floating if you want to use it in a free floating aspect. So that's really cool new feature there. Let's come back over here. Yeah, okay, so you can mirror the X and the Y, improve text editor. So just when you put text on the chart, you can just double click onto it and then add all the options for reviewing and editing it there. That's what I was going to go in and show you guys. The new drawing tools. So I just showed you guys, you have the percent change tool there. You can customize the colors, the fonts, the styles on this. It works for the percent and the points, and you still have the old trend line as well, which you can have that customized and set up however you want to. So really combining all of these makes it so you can do more things more easily inside of MetaStock. So absolutely love that. We also added quite a bit of other new drawing tools too. So with Elliott Wave, we have like new, because there's so many different ways of analyzing Elliott Wave and so much inside of there. So we added Elliott Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, E, ABC, 1, 2, 3, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. All right, so lots of new drawing tools with your for you guys in Elliott Wave. There's also ways of customizing these a bit on your own. You can add parentheses on them or different symbols here. So if you're using some other certain types of methods, or you're trying to put your own different types of identifications on there that we didn't just automatically include on here, you can customize those and set up your own for how you want them to be. We also, did this show? Okay, I do want to show you some of this. So like head and shoulders as well, because I saw where that's at. So you can come in here and draw your own head and shoulders. I'm not going to do a specific example. I just want to kind of show you guys, hey, I can do the left shoulder and I can do the head. I know this isn't exactly how it's supposed to be, but you can come in and there's an actual head and shoulders tool. And then you could also like move this around and compare like, oh, how does that look at in other spots on my chart, etc. Just as an example, I wanted to make this for you. I know that's not normally what it's going to look like. All right, let's keep going. So we updated our RMO. So we improved the naming on this. A lot of people love the RMO, the Rahul Mohinder oscillator. And some of his tools had like names on them that you might not have remembered because it didn't actually say RMO on it. So we just made it a little nicer. RMOs on all of it. It's all now grouped together, really easy to search for and find. Also, when you're using the Explorer, we also added some new ones, some new templates, that is, and things with the RMO. I really love the RMO Pro mode. You should check that out. These are all included for free. Here is the RMO model shaded. Here's the bull pulse, the bear pulse, bull and bear pulse, the Pro mode. You can see like it's easier to kind of identify things here when they line up, utilizing some of these. Man, these charts just look so good. Gap identification. So we added a gap identifier. You'll see this is like kind of another just awesome way to have MetaStock set up. The new commentary is just so good looking. Over here on the side, you can then have like your layout in here in the center, your list of exploration results, and then again you can just like click the arrow to go through that entire list of explorations. Oh, it's beautiful and I love it. But that's everything in general. This here specifically is the gap identifier, which has been added, and you guys can utilize that to help you kind of find when there's been a gap up in price or volume, and you can also search for those as well. Now, even with all those things we just covered that are added new to MetaStock, we didn't just stop there. We took some of our extremely popular add-ons that we've been selling for years, and then the ETS, which we've been selling for decades, and they're now included for free inside of MetaStock 19. Love that. It's absolutely fantastic. ETS stands for Expert Trading System. I've actually done a demonstration on this in the past when I was like brand new to MetaStock. You guys could go check that out on our YouTube if you wanted, because it goes over the system really well. I should do a new video, and I likely will soon, using it inside of 19. But this comes with a few different indicators, some explorations, a system test. This will work on all different types of securities. You can see here, super easy, just gives you the buy and sell signals that you can kind of follow. But it also comes with some great risk management tools too, inside of like the manual, and I highly recommend you go through that. If you're planning to utilize this, you don't just want to follow every single buy and sell signal for very certain reasons. And yeah, it just has a great system in there that can actually tell you how to utilize it, how to be better with your risk management. It also comes with like a trend watch indicator, and that you can kind of see the trend watch down here. So when it's like bullish and bearish, so you're not going to want to take a sell signal if you're inside of a bullish zone too, things of that nature. Let's see here. So yep, you have the ribbons inside of there. It utilizes certain moving averages that can also kind of help you identify slope and things of that nature. So you actually wouldn't want to be taking these trades right here because the slope is not in your favor in the direction of the trend. But then when you have a positive trend, then you want to start taking signals. So if you get a buy signal, you get bullish, and then your trend starts to go upward, you could get into the trade. Maybe you'd even want to wait until you're really vertical. Again, there's a whole manual with it and training. It also has expert commentary too that's going to tell you like, hey, this is when you should get in. It'll also give you a protective stop, an initial profit target, and extended profit targets. So I absolutely love having all of that. You need to have all those answers answered. You need to have all of those before you actually even get into a trade. And this will provide you with those. It comes with a system test that tests really, really well. So you can go in and play with that. Again, this is included for free. It used to cost $300. We've sold thousands of them. I've sold dozens and dozens and dozens of them myself at that $300, and now it's included in 19, and that alone makes 19 very easily worth it. Also, the Ichimoku Master. This one I think is $600, maybe $599. Ichimoku Master. There's already Ichimoku Clouds included in MetaStock. But this is the master, as you can see here. It'll identify everything for you, gives you expert commentary on how they work, gives you the support and resistance. I mean, kind of tells you how the whole cloud works. Greg from Marketing Monitoring YouTube actually speaks a little bit of Japanese, a decent amount of it. And so I'm not going to have him make fun of me by pronouncing all of the different indicators and clouds inside. So the Ichimoku Sanjin, this was the creator here. What a man in the mountain seas. I love that they included this in the slideshow. So again, these are some of like the indicators and things included in the Ichimoku. I know that I can pronounce close properly, so I'll say that one. I'm already past the 1 hour mark, so I'm not going to do like a full, this is how Ichimoku works, but we have a few videos out on it. And again, this was like a $600 trading system that is now included for free in version 19. Everything of how to utilize it, how to interpret it, etc., is included. It's one of my favorite things about it because it can be a little overwhelming at first, but then once you apply the expert commentary, I mean, it gives you all the guidance that you need. It helps you to kind of understand what the different clouds are doing and what they mean when you're in a bullish zone or a bearish zone, etc. Heck, if you guys wanted a copy of this slide, which actually does even a pretty good job of kind of explaining everything, happy to give you a copy of this too. So that you can see all of these features here and etc. And kind of learn more about them, about everything in here and how it all works. Again, here's the expert advisor kind of attached to it all.
Hey,
it lets
Bobby.
you know.
Jeff, we just posted this week a brand new video for Ichimoku Master that Jeff did, FYI. So if they just go to MetaStock, or excuse me, YouTube/MetaStock, it'll be right there.
Yep, youtube.com/MetaStock. It's going to be like 1 or 2 videos ago, and that's on there. So highly recommend you check that out. He does a really good job of explaining it. You have multiple expert advisors included, multiple indicators, and system tests with this as well. So another full complete trading system included for free, the Ichimoku. Jake Bernstein, he has his expansion and contraction indicator, which you can see right here. This is like a new indicator and template that we kind of have made available to you guys. There's a lot of information about this on our website and YouTube as well. We actually just released a brand new trading system within the expansion and contraction add-on, but we're including a portion of it for free inside of 19. That's going to help you identify some trends. It's going to help you identify these different expansion zones and contraction zones here. And also gives you the MAC channel and a few other things that are included for free in 19. And then also highly recommend checking it out, but he does have a full trading system that we've made available as well for an additional cost that will give you $100 off of his add-on if you wanted to purchase it along with your order of MetaStock 19. And it'll help you identify, again, like all the different bullish and bearish zones. It comes with a bunch of scans and everything that you need. I highly recommend adding that to your order when you're upgrading to the new 19. So let's talk about what all have we covered. We have a brand new and improved charting workflow, brand new kind of layouts, really easy to use, really easy to apply to multiple monitors. The theme support's updated. Everything just looks fantastic in there, has the new kind of feel and intuitiveness within the search functions and everything like that. You have new charting styles, new drawing tools, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of new trading systems just included at no extra cost, plus a great deal on like some new add-ons for 19. And then to top all that off, we're also going to give you a copy of our Unleash the Power MetaStock 19. So it's a new updated ebook with videos that go along with the chapters, covering all of these different tools and techniques and kind of how to use all these features within MetaStock. That's going to be included for free, which is normally a $100 value. Pricing, how much does it cost? Well, don't worry, guys. We haven't raised our retail prices in, I can't even remember if or when we've done that ever on MetaStock since I've worked here. We still have the same kind of retail rates, but we are giving you a discount with the release right now. So we're giving promotional release pricing because this just came out very recently. So we'll give you $50 off a brand new purchase of MetaStock 19 if you're just on like a trial or if you don't own it yet. If you want MetaStock real time, we'll get you $100 off on that. If you're looking to just upgrade and you have version 18, normally that's $199. We're going to give you guys 10% off or a $20 discount here. So it's just $179. I mean, again, and you're getting $800 worth of add-ons, trading systems for free, plus all those new features. I mean, oh, what a good deal, guys. If you're on version 17 or older, which I know some of you had said that you were, you know, the retail for that is $299. We're going to give you $20 off that as well. It's just a $279 upgrade. And of course, you're getting not everything from 19, but also everything that we released in 18. So that is so much value right there. Wow, definitely would be taking advantage of that. Same thing kind of applies for MetaStock real time. It's just $100 higher on the price point. So retails at $299. If you're on 18, you can get it for just $279 right now during our release sale, which is going on, I believe, through the end of the month. If you guys want to reach out to us to take advantage of some of this, we're available right now in chat, metastock.com/sales chat. And we can have someone help you out, answer any additional questions you may have, and help get you the upgrade. If you're not sure what version you're on now, or etc., like reach out to us. We'll help you out with that in sales chat. You can also give us a call, 1-800-882-3040 or 801-506-0900 if you're international. You can also just order online. If you're brand new to MetaStock, metastock.com/P424, or if you're ready to upgrade, metastock.com/ME424, and you can take advantage of this right now. And that's it, guys. That covers it. I know that there was still so much more I could have said about like Ichimoku and the expert trading system and Jake Bernstein. So go to our YouTube channel to check those out. Or if you want to catch a recording of this, it's going to go on our YouTube as well. And that's just youtube.com/MetaStock, and you can find all of that. Thanks so much for sitting through this with me, guys. I hope that you love all these new features as much as I do. And until next time, have a great night.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from MetaStock. Before you go, I have two quick things for you. One, thanks for joining us today. We love having you here at our webinars and viewing our videos. So what I'd like to invite you to do before you go is like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal, and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. The second thing is we have a great ebook on trading that you can get for free. If you go to metastock.com/YouTubebook, you can get a free copy of The Secrets of Successful Traders. It's a great book with lots of content from traders just like yourself who can teach you some of the secrets that they have learned. Thanks for taking a second with me and learning about those two things. Thanks for joining us, and keep on trading.